In the world of football, there are players who arrive with hype, and then there are players who arrive with destiny. Estêvão Willian belongs to the latter category. At just 18 years old, the Brazilian sensation has already been called the next Messi, the next Neymar, and even compared to Lamine Yamal. But what makes Estêvão truly special isn't just what the media says about him, it's what his peers, his coaches, and football legends say when asked about him. Today, we're tracing everything players and coaches have said about Estêvão Willian. From the tears in Philadelphia to the standing ovations at Stamford Bridge, this is the story of a phenomenon told by those who know him best. What's up, Chelsea fans? Welcome back to another video. Before we dive into the topic, let me know where you're watching from in the comments. And if you haven't already, go ahead and smash that like button and hit subscribe so you don't miss any of our content. Trust me, you'll want to follow this story all season long. Right? Let's get into it. July 4th, 2025. The FIFA Club World Cup quarter-final, Palmeiras versus Chelsea. For Estêvão, it was both the end of one chapter and the beginning of another. He scored against his future club, only to see Palmeiras eliminated by a late own goal. The teenage sensation was in tears on the Philadelphia pitch. But then something remarkable happened. Cole Palmer was the first to approach him, not as an opponent, as a future teammate. Palmer later told the media, "I told him we are excited for him to join. We can see he is a top player." Those words weren't just comfort, they were recognition.
About Estêvão, what exactly did you say to him at the end?
No, I just said we look forward to seeing you, but he didn't understand a word I said. So. Yeah, no, he's a top player. Obviously, he's only young as well. So when he comes to England, people need to give him time to obviously adapt to the culture, the language. He's still only 18 or 19 or something. But you can see he's got amazing quality, and yeah, we look forward to seeing him.
From one generational talent to another, fast forward to Stamford Bridge. Estêvão is now wearing the blue of Chelsea, and his Brazilian compatriot João Pedro cannot contain his excitement. When asked about his new teammate, Pedro's eyes lit up. Playing for Brazil and Chelsea at just 18, oh my god! But it gets better. Pedro revealed a conversation with teammate Tosin Adarabioyo that perfectly captures the sentiment around Estêvão in the Chelsea dressing room. Tosin turned to me and said, "João, wow bro, Estêvão is amazing." Pedro didn't stop there. He made a prediction that sent shockwaves through the football world, comparing Estêvão to one of the planet's most electrifying players. He'll become like Vinicius Jr. in the future. This isn't hyperbole from a random pundit. This is a professional footballer who trains with Estêvão daily, who sees up close what makes him special. Another Chelsea teammate, Yorel Hato, was asked if he'd ever seen a teenager perform at Estêvão's level. His answer? Yes, maybe Lamine Yamal, but I cannot name anyone else. Think about that.
A word on Estêvão as well. I mean, he's brilliant again today, and he's really exciting the Chelsea fans. Yeah, you can hear how excited they are to see him.
He was really good today again. Very young, he's even younger than me, but such a great player.
Have you seen a teenager that good?
If I've seen a teenager like this, yeah, maybe Lamine Yamal, but cannot name other names, I think.
In a world full of talented young players, Hato could only compare him to the Barcelona prodigy who finished second in the Ballon d'Or voting at 17. That's the company Estêvão keeps. Enzo Maresca inherited a young, ambitious Chelsea squad, but even he was surprised by what he found in Estêvão.
He can play everywhere. He's so good. For me, it's like Cole in terms, careful, it's like Cole in terms of position. He can play outside, he can play inside, he can play everywhere. In our 5 attacking position, for me, he can play everywhere. Probably with him, it's a little bit more, we need to pay a little bit more attention because first of all, he's from the other part of the world, and also it's very, very young. So we need to pay attention. As I said, not under pressure, give him, happiness, give him time. He needs to adapt. Hopefully we can give him minutes, so he's even more happy. But for sure, it's talent player. Yeah.
After the teenager's penalty goal against Ajax, Maresca couldn't hide his admiration. The odd thing about Estêvão is with young players, you're worried they have one good game and think they're top. Estêvão is polite, he's humble, he wants to learn. His family make a big job there. But Maresca sees more than just humility. He sees the future. The Italian coach drew a fascinating comparison to Cole Palmer, revealing his long-term vision. It's very similar to Cole Palmer. I had him same age with City's under 23 seconds. Cole played wide and now he's inside. Now Estêvão plays wide, but in the future, I think he's more of an inside player.
With young players, most of the time you are a little bit worried because they play one game, 2 games, good game, they score and they think that they are already top players. The good thing about Estêvão that we don't need to be worried about that because he's very humble, he's very polite, he wants to work hard. He has fantastic family that they are very close to him, and for me personally it's fantastic because he's a special player, but in the same time you don't have to be worried to say okay, now he's going to play 1 game, 2 games, score, and he's already thinking that he knows how good he is. But the good thing is that it's very simple guy, simple boy.
This isn't just tactical analysis, it's a roadmap to stardom. Palmer became one of the Premier League's best players by moving centrally. Maresca sees the same transformation ahead for Estêvão. Before Chelsea, there was Abel Ferreira at Palmeiras, a coach who won Copa Libertadores titles and developed some of Brazil's brightest talents. When asked about Estêvão, Ferreira's words carried weight. I really think this player is unlike anything I've ever seen. A boy who defends, attacks, shows himself in the game. Ferreira went further, revealing why Estêvão became his example for all youth players. He gets the ball, it doesn't come off, but his head never drops, and he gets back up and tries again. He's not a luxury player, although he is slightly built. He's an individual with great talent. He's not an individualist. He's got a great vision of the game. He's able to work back and help out the fullback as well. That mental strength was forged in the fires of tough love. Youth coach Rogerio Ferreira remembers Estêvão at 14 tiny, reluctant to head the ball. Ferreira's response? Brutal honesty. I went to him and said, look, little Messi my ass, you will head the ball and your right foot is terrible, so work on it. You head the ball and you use your right foot because if you don't, you won't play. The result? Estêvão's first professional goal was a header. The lesson was learned. Even Carlo Ancelotti, one of football's greatest ever managers, has weighed in. Ancelotti, who coaches Real Madrid and previously managed Brazil, was refreshingly direct. I like Estêvão. He is young, has personality and courage. Estêvão started very well in the Premier League. Obviously, he's not only important for the World Cup, but also for the future of the national team.
He's a really talented player. I am a little bit surprised for this because it's, of course, and he is able to show every game. I saw him play in Chelsea too, and doesn't need a lot of minutes to show his quality. He can play 5 minutes and he can show his quality. I think Brazil national team is really lucky to have him and also Chelsea.
And then came the comparison that raised eyebrows. Endrick is like Estêvão, a great talent, but Estêvão is luckier. What did Ancelotti mean? Opportunity. While Endrick struggles for minutes behind Vinicius and Rodrigo at Madrid, Estêvão is already thriving at Chelsea. Sometimes luck is just being in the right place at the right time. When Neymar speaks about Brazilian talent, the football world listens. So when asked which young player excites him most, his answer resonated globally. I think Estêvão of Palmeiras is big talent that is surging in Brazilian football. I think he will be a genius. Coming from Neymar, a player who revolutionized Brazilian football, this wasn't just praise, it was a passing of the torch. The relationship between them goes deeper. Estêvão has openly idolized Neymar his entire life. When Neymar commented on his performances, Estêvão's response was emotional. I was really happy to know that my idol, someone who's a reference for us young players, he's extraordinary. What he did in Brazil, what he did on the other teams, I think it's very hard to do. He's a guy we always try to mirror. The admiration is mutual. When Estêvão broke Neymar's record for most goal contributions by a 1-7-year-old in Brazil's top flight, surpassing the 1-6 that Neymar set with Santos in 2009, the PSG legend's response was gracious and encouraging. Congratulations, Estêvão Willian, for breaking the record. I hope you continue shining and enchanting people with your football. Before Estêvão left for Chelsea, the two met for a night out. Neymar offered advice and encouragement to his young compatriot. It was a symbolic moment, the king acknowledging his heir. Joe Cole knows what it takes to succeed at Chelsea. The former Blues winger has watched Estêvão closely, and his assessment is emphatic. Every time I watch him, I say it all the time. He gives me Neymar vibes. He goes both ways, he's got brilliant balance, and from the first moment he pulled on a Chelsea shirt in a friendly here, he came on for 20 minutes and had the crowd on their feet 2 or 3 times. He's one of those players you love watching. Another former Chelsea legend, Willian, drew a different but equally lofty comparison. Without a doubt, he has a lot of potential, a lot of quality. The player has the advantage of still being so young, but with great potential like Lamine Yamal, they have a similar style. I hope that he can be very successful here in England playing for Chelsea. He can win many titles, score a lot of goals with the Chelsea jersey, and he will help to win titles over the years. Gus Poyet, yet another ex-Chelsea midfielder, echoed these sentiments with his own spin. He has potential. He has got everything. I think he can be incredible and top class. Now, he needs to do it all the time. The consistency theme is important. Poyet continued, now we are talking about Lamine Yamal, and when you are looking at him, it's every game doing something, even with the national team. When somebody does it at that level all the time, or most of the time, then you are there. He has got the potential to get there. Perhaps the boldest prediction came from Palmeiras president Leila Pereira. When asked about Chelsea's new signing, she didn't hold back. Estêvão is a spectacle of a player. Already ready for the Premier League? It's up to Chelsea to say, but one day he will be voted the best player in the world. He's a spectacular kid and he's gonna shine in Europe. The best player in the world. Not just good, not just great, the absolute best. João Paulo Sampaio, head of Palmeiras' legendary academy, went even further in his assessment. Estêvão is the best player to have emerged from Brazilian football since Neymar. You watch him and you fall in love. He already impresses with his technique, but like Neymar at this same point in his career, he has not yet matured physically and is not as strong as Endrick, so he could still develop a lot. That's what amazes everyone and makes them think that he will reach a much higher level. Read that again. The best since Neymar. And he hasn't even reached his physical peak yet. The recognition of Estêvão's talent didn't begin at Palmeiras or Chelsea. It started when he was just a child in Brazil. One of his first coaches remembered the moment he realized they had something special. He was so tiny, the ball looked bigger than him. But when he touched it, you could tell immediately that this was something special. He was born with it. From the first warm-up, his ball control, his balance and his finishing, all different. A rare jewel. The coach recalled youth tournaments where opposition parents would literally beg him to take Estêvão off the field. Parents of boys on the other teams would shout from the stands, "Take him off, Serginho! Playing Estêvão is cheating, it's not fair!" Even as a child, he was too good. The other kids couldn't compete. From the streets of Brazil to Stamford Bridge. From youth tournaments where parents complained he was too talented, to the Premier League where legends compare him to Neymar and Yamal. From breaking records to breaking hearts with last-minute winners. This is Estêvão Willian. And if everyone, teammates, opponents, coaches, legends, is right about him, we're not just watching a talented teenager. We're watching the beginning of something historic. The question isn't whether Estêvão will be great. Everyone who's worked with him already knows he will be. The question is, just how great can he become? If the people who know him best are correct, the answer is simple: the best in the world.